This is the fourth in our series of eBird instructional videos. What we're going to do today is show you how to get some added value out of the bird sightings you've been reporting, and we're going to do that by showing you how you can keep track of the birds seen in your yard, in your garden, in your personal patch, or any other defined location that you visit regularly and are particularly interested in studying. So to do that, we'll go to the Explore Data tab. Takes us to this page, and you'll see here there's a lot of options. This is a really useful page for digging deep into your data, but what we're going to look at are these over here: yard totals, patch totals, and the top 100. We'll start with yard totals. Let's click that. This is my personal yard list, and as you'll see that in my garden, in the years we've lived here, we've seen 107 species of birds. We've seen 18 so far this year, this very early February at the moment, and we can see how we score against other birders. So my garden is the 126th most productive bird garden in Canada. But we can change the region. We can focus on Quebec. And here we can see it's the 17th most productive bird garden in Quebec. And that's pretty useful to know. It tells us when the most recent list was entered that had a new species for the garden. And yes, believe it or not, bald eagle was seen on January the 25th flying over. Very clearly, in fact. We can look at other people who are keeping patch lists, garden lists. We can look at the life lists. So Mark Dennis has seen 156 species in his garden, and that at the moment is the most productive garden in Quebec. In the year to date, Jean-Pierre Marie has seen 34 species, and I'm down here at number 28. So you'll be able to keep track of yourself, and a little league table comparing how you're doing with everybody else. If that doesn't interest you, that's fine, but at least it allows you to keep track of where you are. So how do you set this up? You click the Add a Yard, you give it a name, you scroll down here and you find, in my case it would be the garden site. You find the site, the definition that's appropriate to your garden, and you save the details. If you want to modify it, once you've created it, you can click Edit, and again, you could add more than one of these if you wanted. You could redefine the exact location, move it 20 yards down the road, that sort of thing. So that's a very useful thing to be able to do. We also have patch lists. These work in very much the same way. One patch that I'm particularly interested in is the Morgan Arboretum. That patch is the 47th most productive in Quebec, if you keep track of these things. But I've seen 134 species of birds there. I can click that, and I can see all the bird species which I personally have seen on that patch. I can reorder them so that I can see. The very first bird I ever saw there was a Canada goose on the 8th of May 2001. Most recent was a palm warbler in fall migration last year. You can have as many of these as you wish. I keep a list, for example, an enlarged patch, which is an 8-kilometre circle centred on my home. That's a circle which is searchable by bicycle, by foot. I don't have to take the car out to go and check birds there, and that's something I like to keep track of. So go back to Explore Data. And the top 100. This is fun. You define the location, and here you'll find where you rank. Not a very high number for me. So the person with the highest list in 2015 is Pierre Chaudet, and he's already seen 86 species in Quebec. So it's just a way of friendly competition. So you now know how to keep track of your yard totals, your patch totals, and you can compare how you're doing with the top 100 birders in Quebec, in Canada, in the world, whichever. Thank you.